What's your name? What's your question?
Hey, I'm Tatiana, and my question is, how do you walk away from someone who says they love you, but their presence keep you from loving yourself?
That's a quick.
That's
That's a kitty question. Baby, ask me that one more time so I can make sure I process it right.
How do you walk away from someone who says they love you, but their presence keep you from loving yourself?
It's no real easy way to put this, because I don't want to sound cliche when I say this. Okay, because I know that a lot of times we have to consider the weight that we carry, and we have to consider people's emotions and stuff like that. But when I do an assessment of myself and I see that me being with you is poisoning me or taking away from the very essence of myself, then I have to prioritize my need. And in that moment, I have to recognize that maybe I hold more value for myself than this relationship. It's nothing towards you. This is a me situation. I can still love you from a distance. We just can't be romantic with it. But I know that the value that I carry in my life is what's going to keep me going through. And if I prioritize value over you, I'll lose me, and there may be a chance that I will never find myself again. So I can let you go with love. Sometimes you have to just be that way. This is not a personal attack on you. It doesn't mean that I value you less. It just means that I love myself enough to walk away from something that's not good for me.
And that was a message.
Now, I love what you spoke to. I'm gonna speak to a side of there are some people whose whole goal when they got in a relationship with you was to have you compromise the self-love you have for yourself, because when you compromise your self-love, you don't hold me to the standards you have. You don't make me have to show up on a consistent basis. I can be in this relationship any way I want because you sacrifice your power of will, your self-esteem, and your self-confidence to be here with me. Sometimes, every time you try to love yourself, don't they feel threatened? When you start looking good for yourself, they be like, what you looking good for? Because they want to keep you this low, because sometimes when you this low, it's easy for me to step on you to get to my next goal. Sometimes the reason that man picked you is because you kept picking him over you. That's what I'm most attracted to. And ain't it when you start picking yourself, they feel like you switched up? They be like, you don't love me anymore, but no. I'm starting to love myself more. And you feel threatened. Anybody else?
I think that you can assess how healthy a relationship is by how closer it brings you to God and how much closer it brings you to loving yourself. And I think that if you are in a relationship with someone and it's having you love yourself less, that's a clear indicator that that person is not for you. Because when you are in something healthy with a man, he gonna have you showing up for ways and loving on yourself in such a deep energy that he loves you so much that it makes you wanna love yourself more. He shows up for you so much that you want to see yourself the way that he sees you. So anything that's taking you away from that is not for you. I think that the deepest love stories are the ones that bring you closer to loving yourself better. I've been loved into loving myself by a man before. I've had a man love me more than I loved myself before, and it was because of the way that he loved me that made me want to see what he saw to love myself better. So I think that if it's anything other than that, it ain't worth it.
Trill?
Yeah, I mean, I think you say, how do you walk away? One foot in front of the other. It's as simple as that. I think at the end of the day...
I mean, yeah, it's easy to say that, but
No.
I have kids with this person, so, it's a little deep.
No, sure, which I understand 100%. The thing is nothing worth having is going to come easy. That's just what it is. If it was easy, anybody could do it. If it was easy, everybody would be happy. I think at the end of the day, like I said, there's one foot in front of the other. I can't love you at the expense of losing me. And I think that's what we got to wrap our head around. Sometimes we be loving them so much to where we don't even recognize who we see in the mirror no more. I got to pour so much into this relationship that I got to lose myself. And I think at that point is where you got to be honest and like, look, this is more than that I have the capacity to give, because, again, no man that loves you is going to require that. A man's supposed to come into your life and make it better, not take away from you. You understand what I'm saying? So if I come in your life and we'd have been dating an extended amount of time, whatever the case may be, and you look at the situation and realize, damn, I'm worse off than when this man came. That's not love. Love is when he come into smarter than I was before. I'm more confident than I was before. I'm more assured than I was before. That's what real love looks like. But if you dealing with come in and you feel worse about yourself than before they got there, that's not the situation I need to be in.
And just because you have kids with a person, that don't necessarily mean that you have to be somewhere where you don't feel love. You're supposed to love yourself, and you want your kids to see you in your best, at your best at all times. And if this person is making you feel less than, gotta go. Period.
Kira, did you have anything?
I think that as a mother, we need to realize that our children don't end up, like, you have daughters?
Yeah, too.
So the thing about having girls is I'm a girl mom. Your daughter is not gonna end up with a man that treats her the way that her father treats her. She's gonna end up with a man that treats her the way she sees you letting men treat you. They're watching what we do because we are their first representations of womanhood. When the doctor said it's a girl, that was the fastest way for me to leave, because I was like, is the way I'm being loved and the way I'm loving myself a reflection of how I want my daughter to be loved? Having kids helps you leave even more sometimes, because the things that I settled for myself and my relationship, I was not willing to settle for letting my daughter see that. So I think you need to use having kids with this person as your strength to pack up and leave. Otherwise, you're imagining them going through the things that you're going through with their partners in the future.
Lance, did you have something?
Real quick, because I don't want to echo what you guys are saying, all valid points, but
Every time.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Almost, bro.
I'm gonna
Almost.
keep it real quick. No, but I think you should definitely prepare yourself to leave. But I do feel.
I already left. I just
You already
wanted
left.
to ask the question because it was something that I was pondering on for some time, and I knew other ladies probably had the same thing going on. So
Okay, so before you left, did you have that serious conversation, that hard conversation, letting him know where you stand? Did you give him the opportunity to change?
those
Because sometimes.
conversations are always had. It's always, I'm gonna do better, don't leave me type thing. But I'm very vocal, so the conversation's been had.
Okay, well, you left. It's done.
Well, thank you for your question. I appreciate it.
Thank you for answering. I love you, Kitty.
I love you too, baby.
Woo-wee. So what you think about this question? She said, how do you walk away from a situation with somebody who said they love you, but they, causing you inner turmoil, bringing you down, all other stuff with their presence and whatnot?
Well, time to go. Sounds very unevenly yoked in my opinion. That don't sound good, Your partner is supposed to help to bring you up, not pull you down. So if iron can't sharpen iron, get to stepping. What you got to say?
I agree completely. I agree with what Kira was saying. I think she was the one who said that point where in my own life, if someone was bringing me down, friendships, relationship, whatever, if someone was bringing me down to the point where my relationship with God was beginning to suffer in some shape, form, or capacity, then this is wasn't the person I was supposed to be with, and it was time to move forward. Nobody should be bringing you down to the point where you losing yourself and you're unable to function and be the person that God has called you to be at the end of the day. So if that's the case, that ain't the man, that ain't the woman for you, and it's time to move on so that you can find the right person who can do that. Because when I found that, my wife, it was very clear, it was very evident when they're lifting you up and you're growing and still growing in Christ and you're not lacking in no other places, you're continually learning and growing. That's where you're supposed to be. That's the place you want to get to. If someone can't, bring that value to your life, I always sit here and talk about boundaries and anything else. If someone's not bringing value to your life, they're continually keep questioning your boundaries, keep trying to push and push and push and push, and they're not trying to bring that value to your life in that way, it's time to keep it moving and go on to something else.
I feel it. Yeah. So hopefully she will, gather up the strength in her and be on her way. I know she probably don't want to leave her guy. She probably spent a lot of years with him or time with him putting into the relationship. But, it's a no-go and you just got to keep it moving. But I think she'll be happy once she move on and the Lord bless her with a godly relationship with a man that's evenly yoked with her. She'll be so happy that she walked away.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
She seems like a smart woman. Look like she got her head on her shoulders. She'll be A-okay. She know what to do. She know what to do.
It's true. It's true.
Woo-wee, that's the end of the video. Go ahead and check out stamps-tv.com. So much content on the website. Go click that link in the tab.
Yep, and while you're there, go ahead, visit that Shop Stamps apparel tab. We got great t-shirts, hoodies, jogging sets, all different types of stuff on there. Go ahead, check it out and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. So much to offer. Shampoos, deep conditioners, protein treatments, leave-in conditioners, hair growth oil, hair grease, whipped shea butter for the skin, lip liners, and of course our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a 3-part system. It's for wash and goes, but you can also use it for a single twist, single braids, and perm rod sets. I got it in my hair right now to get this style, okay? And this is all my hair. This ain't no wig, no weave, no extensions, no nothing. This is my hair, okay? And I use our products to grow my hair and to style my hair. Y'all go ahead and check that link in the bio. Bye.
See y'all.